Hello, this is Lora O'Brien at the Irish Pagan School, and I'm just doing a quick live because I have just finished my own morning meditation, and I was thinking a lot about how people overcomplicate the practice of paganism. So I wanted to just go into it and just make sure that you had some very simple techniques to connect and form relationship on a daily basis. So if you are interested in this topic, please comment below and let me know if you want more videos like this, and we will try and get them done here and on our YouTube channel as well at the Irish Pagan School. So basically, I hear a lot, especially in neurodivergent communities and people who are very, very busy and people who have, very hectic lifestyles, which most of us do at this point in time, that they believe that the idea of meditation is to empty your mind and to sit still and to not move and to not think about anything. And that actually couldn't be further from the truth, really. Maybe that's some kind of ideal far off in the distance for, practitioners up on a mountaintop or whatever. That's not how I meditate. So I just wanted to share a little bit about that, particularly as a neurodivergent person myself, somebody who has a lot of trouble with focus, who also suffers a lot from burnout, from overwhelm. There's a lot of health stuff as well as a lot of social stuff that goes on that leads us to believe that we can't meditate, okay? So we do a lot of journeying work, guided journeying work and visualization work at the Irish Pagan School. Guided journeys in the Irish otherworld are definitely one of my main pagan practices in my own personal practice as well as in what I teach. So this type of technique will form the basis for practicing all of those little bit more advanced techniques, okay? So if you haven't got the basics down, then you're going to find it more difficult to do some journeying. So the basics are very, very simple, as I will just show you. So at its absolute most foundational level, really what you need to do is the first time that you sit down in the day. So, you get up out of bed, you do whatever you're going to do, wherever or whenever you physically sit down. And the reason that I say that is because it's just a very simple hook. You can do it standing up, you can do it whenever, you can do it like at the end of the day, whatever you want. But just to keep it really, really simple and to make it very effective for us humans who have difficulty forming habits, what I will suggest is the very first time that you sit down. So that could be on a bus, it could be before you have your breakfast, it could be on the loo in the morning, right? Whatever suits your lifestyle. It could be when you arrive at an office and a desk job. It could be sitting on your couch for the first time, or your armchair, as I am here in the sitting room today. Whatever your first seated time is in the morning, just close your eyes, breathe in, and as you breathe out, engage your core, okay? So it's a little bit difficult to describe how to do this without being a bit rude, but it's the same muscles that are being engaged, right, as when you're having a crap, as when you're giving birth, not quite the same, but that kind of like bearing down is really what we're going for, right? So as you breathe out, bear down. And do that 3 times, do that 5 times, whatever. 3 times is perfect. If you do that 3 deep breaths in and 3 deep breaths out, where you just bear down as you're breathing out, okay? It can really be that simple, okay? You can absolutely complicate it. You can, you can do it 10 times, you can do it 100 times, you can do it whatever you want. You can add you can build all sorts of meditative practices. You can get an app like Calm, which is what I use personally for my health meditation stuff. You can definitely go to the Irish Pagan School and you can do some of the journeying practices and techniques there. All of that kind of come later. But for now, if you just literally practice every day, the first time you sit down, every single day, take 3 deep breaths in, and as you breathe out on those breaths, bear down. And what this does is breaks the stress cycle. So what's happening here is your body, often our bodies are in fight or flight mode. You know, we are in this kind of warrior survival situation for a lot of us every single day, all day. And this is why we have all these problems that we have in modern life. And there's all sorts of reasons for that. We don't need to get into that. There's a great book called Burnout, Breaking the Stress Cycles. And there's YouTube videos and everything on them. But what's actually happening when you're doing this bearing down, what's actually happening is you are telling your body that you are not in danger at a very fundamental level, at a very deep core level. Because if you're having a shit, if you're giving birth, if you are literally engaging those muscles, you would not be doing that if you were in a danger situation, if you were in a fight, flight, freeze, fawn response situation. That is not what your body would be doing. So by engaging those muscles, by doing that, you are literally telling your body, I am safe. You are telling that very deep, deep level of your brain that your body is safe. And it's okay to disengage from that stress response. So that is one way of breaking a stress cycle. And if you're doing that every day, it means that for that time during the day, you might go on during the day and you might, get into other stressful situations. You might have to do it a couple of times, absolutely. But at least, at a bare minimum, the first time that you sit down every single day, you can break that stress cycle. You can make sure that you are at least starting your day with a clean slate, okay? And as I said at the start, a lot of people overcomplicate meditation. A lot of people overcomplicate pagan practice. And it can get very complicated, and it absolutely can, but small, effective daily practices are really what's going to connect you, because Irish pagan practice is definitely about connection, it's about relationship. And the very first connection and relationships you should be forming are with yourself, or with your own body, or with your physical form, or with your own health, well-being, the practices and the techniques that will build in a stepping stone manner for further practices and techniques later on, such as guided journeying, like we teach at the Irish Pagan School. So hopefully that's been helpful to you. And you can absolutely, check out the rest of what we have available on YouTube and at the Irish Pagan School Facebook and on our Instagram and all that good stuff. Thank you so much to everybody who joined me live for this random one first thing in the morning. And I'll see you in the next video. Slán.